Picture this. A young boy named Alex, slouched on his couch, eyes glued to his phone, surrounded by a mess of snack wrappers and unfinished homework. This was Alex's daily routine. A cycle of procrastination and laziness that seemed impossible to break. His parents tried everything: lectures, punishments, even bribes. But nothing seemed to motivate Alex to change. He was content in his bubble of comfort, oblivious to the opportunities passing him by. One day, Alex's grandfather came to visit, a wise old man with weathered hands and eyes that sparkled with life experiences. He took one look at Alex and saw not a lazy boy, but a diamond in the rough, waiting to be polished. "Alex," his grandfather said, settling into a chair nearby, "let me tell you a story about two seeds." Reluctantly, Alex put down his phone. Curiosity piqued by his grandfather's unusual approach. There were once two seeds lying side by side in the fertile spring soil. The first seed said, "I want to grow. I want to send my roots deep into the soil beneath me and thrust my sprouts through the earth's crust above me. I want to unfurl my tender buds like banners to announce the arrival of spring. I want to feel the warmth of the sun on my face and the blessing of the morning dew on my petals." And so it grew. The second seed said, "I am afraid. If I send my roots into the ground below, I don't know what I will encounter in the dark. If I push my way through the hard soil above me, I may damage my delicate sprouts. What if I let my buds open and a snail tries to eat them? And if I were to grow and reveal my beauty, a human might pull me from the ground. No, it is much better for me to wait until it is safe." And so it waited. A yard hen scratching around in the early spring ground for food found the waiting seed and promptly ate it. Alex sat in silence, absorbing the story. His grandfather continued, "You see, Alex, the seed that was afraid to grow missed out on life entirely. It's the same with people. Those who refuse to take risks, who stay in their comfort zone, often miss out on the beauty and opportunities life has to offer." The story struck a chord in Alex. For the first time, he saw his laziness not as a comfortable refuge, but as a prison holding him back from his potential. Inspired by his grandfather's words, Alex decided to make a change. He started small, setting his alarm 30 minutes earlier each day. It was tough at first, but he persevered. He used that extra time to tidy his room, something he'd neglected for months. Next, he tackled his homework. Instead of leaving it until the last minute, he started working on it right after school. It was challenging to break old habits, but Alex found that once he got started, it wasn't as bad as he'd imagined. Weeks passed, and Alex's small changes began to snowball. His grades improved, and his teachers noticed his increased participation in class. His parents were amazed at the transformation, proud of the effort their son was making. But Alex's journey wasn't without setbacks. There were days when he slipped back into old habits, days when the allure of his phone and the comfort of his couch seemed too strong to resist. But each time he faltered, he remembered his grandfather's story of the two seeds. He didn't want to be the seed that was too afraid to grow. One day, Alex's school announced a science fair. In the past, he would have ignored such an opportunity, deeming it too much work. But the new Alex saw it differently. He saw a chance to challenge himself, to prove what he was capable of. For weeks, Alex poured his energy into his project. He researched, experimented, and refined his ideas. There were moments of frustration when things didn't work out as planned, but Alex persevered. He stayed up late, woke up early, and dedicated every spare moment to his project. The day of the science fair arrived. Alex stood proudly beside his display, explaining his project to the judges with confidence. When the winners were announced, Alex couldn't believe his ears. He had won first place. As he accepted his award, Alex caught sight of his grandfather in the audience, beaming with pride. In that moment, Alex realized that he had become the seed that dared to grow, that pushed through the hard soil and blossomed in the sun. Alex's story spread through the school. Students who had once seen him as the epitome of laziness now looked at him with admiration. They saw in Alex a reflection of their own potential, a reminder that change is possible with determination and effort. Inspired by his own transformation, Alex started a study group to help other students who were struggling with motivation. He shared his grandfather's story of the two seeds, encouraging his peers to take risks and push beyond their comfort zones. As months passed, Alex's life continued to flourish. He joined the school's debate team, started volunteering at a local animal shelter, and even began learning to play the guitar, something Adi always wanted to do but never had the motivation to start. His parents marveled at the change in their son. The once lazy boy who could barely be bothered to clean his room was now a driven young man with goals and ambitions. They thanked Alex's grandfather for the wisdom he had shared, recognizing the profound impact it had on their son's life. One evening, as Alex sat on the porch with his grandfather, watching the sunset, he said, "Grandpa, thank you for that story about the seeds. It changed my life." His grandfather smiled, patting Alex's hand. "Remember, Alex, the story didn't change your life. You did. You chose to be the seed that grew. You chose to overcome your laziness and prove yourself. And look at how much you've blossomed." Alex nodded, feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment wash over him. He realized that overcoming laziness wasn't just about doing more or being busier. It was about embracing life fully, taking risks, and constantly pushing to be a better version of himself. As the last rays of sunlight painted the sky in vibrant hues, Alex made a silent promise to himself. He would never again be the seed that was too afraid to grow. He would always strive to push through the soil, to reach for the sun, to bloom in the face of challenges. And so, dear listener, I ask you, which seed will you be? Will you let fear and laziness keep you buried in the dark? Or will you gather your courage, break through your limitations, and blossom into the amazing person you were meant to be? Remember, every day is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, to prove yourself. Don't let laziness rob you of the beautiful life waiting for you. Be like Alex. Be the seed that dares to grow. Your potential is limitless. All you need is the courage to reach for it. So, what are you waiting for? Your story of transformation begins now. Overcome your laziness. Prove yourself. Grow, bloom, and become the best version of you. The world is waiting to see what you can achieve. It's time to show them and yourself just how amazing you can be.